I'm a 10-year Army veteran. Most of my service was as a combat engineer, and I had service in Korea, Vietnam, and in Germany. During my time with the military, I also had the opportunity to be a volunteer organist at some of the chapels at the post where I served. And that was an awful lot of fun and very satisfying aspect. Music was always part of my life in the military. During my time in the service, I knew there was such a thing as the Navy hymn because I had heard it sung a number of times, Eternal Father, Strong to Save. But I was never aware of any counterpart as an Army hymn. And this sort of bugged me, probably at a subconscious level when I was in the service. But a few years ago, it started bugging me again for some reason. Finally, my wife a few months ago said, look, if you're going to do this, just do it. So I did. I wrote a few halting verses and passed them around. One of the pivotal points happened when I was talking on the phone with one of my lieutenants from Vietnam. We had stayed in touch over the years. And he was telling me some of his efforts with veterans and helping with their therapy. And I thought to myself, veterans, we need a verse about veterans. And then the hymn seemed to take on a fuller meaning for me because I've essentially lived some of just about every verse of the hymn.
When we think about what it means to make disciples for the transformation of the world, disciples include those who are serving in the military service. I had a privilege of serving in the military myself as a chaplain for quite a few years, and what I discovered there was a deep hunger for God and a deep desire to grow closer not only to their Creator but to grow in their faith. And by using songs like this in our worship services, it's connecting with people we care about the most. And it's inviting them through a language of faith and through a song of hope to come close to God. And being a disciple of Jesus Christ and growing as a disciple of Jesus Christ ultimately involves just that.
One of the most interesting things came when my composition coach, Joseph Martin, was helping me with some of my efforts for the hymn, and it finally sort of came together, and he said, you know, why don't we record this hymn for you? Oh my gosh, that's great. So I was able to get the hymn recorded by a professional choir.
Hold them safe, O Lord, we pray, those defending in harm's way, keeping peace both night and day, ever faithful to the call.
I played through it and oh my stars, it was just amazing quality, and it was just such a thrill to hear this hymn sung in its entirety. I could just sit back and close my eyes and listen to the words as they spoke to me, and I hope they'll speak to others that hear the hymn sung.
To me, I'm really excited about the reach that this hymn can have. One of the major themes of our church is how can we use our gifts beyond the walls of the church to be used for transformation in the world. And I think Tom Mallow has caught on to it with this hymn.
This is a hymn that resonates deeply with those who serve our country and really understand the sacrifices that are made on behalf of freedom in our world. So it's a wonderful hymn, and it speaks the language of our veterans and those who've served in the past for certain, as well as those who are serving today.
This whole hymn is really the product of the inspiration and the ideas of so many other people, with military chaplains stepping forward to help and give their ideas, veterans, military wives, family members, church music professionals, many others really wanted to be part of the effort.
I was at Tom's home when he first played this for me, and I just really appreciated how not only clear it was, but it was something any of us could sing.
And it was very clear to me from the onset that he is quite a gift, and very good heart to want to use it in worship. Just absolutely blessed that we get a chance to be a part of that process, to share it, and very, very thankful for Tom and his witness, his heart for ministry, his heart for the armed forces in this church, and bridging those all together into this wonderful hymn is quite powerful and moving.
This is really a labor of love for me, and I hope that it will serve as, at some point, as a way to express and honor the soldiers that have served our country for so many years and for the foreseeable future.